Okay, we're going to be looking at how to design charts in Word for colorblind and visually impaired readers. We're going to open up a new Word document, and then we're going to go to the Insert ribbon and insert a chart, and then we're going to choose a bar chart, and then we're going to finally choose 3D stacked. Now that's been inserted, you see there's a Excel sheet at the top where we can change the series and the category names. So you just see that it says 1, 2, 3, and so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click and edit that. So now I have my years in there, and you see it says 2016, 17, and 18. I'm going to come up here to the categories and change those. Now that I've got my quarters in here, you can now see the chart's been changed. I could change the chart title, but I'm going to ignore that. But I'm going to come over here to the bar and I'm going to edit that. So I'm going to right click on it and we're going to click Format Data Series. This panel shows up and you see I have different types that I can use, but I'm going to come directly to the fill here and change it to pattern fill. And you see I get all these patterns down at the right here, and I can select which one I want, and whatever you want yours to be you can just select from these patterns. And then you can also decide whether or not you want to change the foreground, that means the color, and the panel actually over here, yeah, and I changed it to purple, as you can see. Now I could make that darker by going to more colors, but it looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to go over here to the gray and I'm going to do the same thing, and it automatically goes to the purple color, which I don't want, and I'm going to turn it to yellow and choose one of these patterns. So the final one that I need to do is the orange one. I'm going to click Pattern Fill, and I'm going to pick a different color. I'm going to use red and then stripe it. So that's how you make it usable for someone who's colorblind. The next step is to add data to the bars so that someone with a visual impairment can make them out. Adding labels to a chart. So I'm going to go here to Chart Tools once I've clicked on the chart, and then Add Chart Element. Then I select Data Labels, and I'm going to use the data callout. I like this because it has a white background for the text. And you don't have to leave it like that. You can choose different things to put on these bars, and if I right click on those, you'll see that I get to choose the label options. There's category names and so forth. But I can also change the color of the background. Instead of being white, I can turn it to yellow. And I come down here, I can also alter the font by just using the standard font changes, and I can also increase its size. And again, I can also change the color of that white background to be something else, and in this case red. But if I use red, then I have dark letters on a dark background, so I'm going to have to change that to white letters. So I come up here to the color choice and change that to white. Now it looks pretty good. And now with enlargement at 300%, you see what someone with a visual impairment would see. With the data on the bars, it makes it a lot more understandable. Thanks for watching.